Good evening and welcome to a very special day, the 149th commencement ceremony of Lebanon High School. We are extremely pleased each of you are here with us to participate in this day of celebration for the class of 2019. We believe Lebanon students are first class, therefore we need everyone's cooperation in maintaining the dignity and integrity of this ceremony. We expect only the best behavior from everyone. Would you please remain standing as our Lebanon High School Air Force Junior ROTC presents the colors and remain standing for the national anthem. Thank you, and you may be seated. I would like to thank the following for this evening's ceremony: David Iannelli, Christy Ross, Justin Schneider, Sarah Snyder, Alyssa Fugit, Christy Nistel, Kim Tepe, Louise Hayes, Krista Chapman, Butch Ferrero, Casey Wood, Carrie Hoyt, all of our team, teachers, friends of academics, Bethany Lamb, Maggie Bierkin, Megan Lakes, the junior ushers, members of the junior ROTC, the entire LHS teaching, custodial, and maintenance staff, and the staff from Wright State Nutter Center. A sincere thank you to each one of you for working together to help this great night of celebrating our students. I would now like to introduce and welcome to the podium Darian Wolfinbarger, daughter of Anna Gallagher and Shane Wolfinbarger. Darian, our senior class president, will be attending the University of Cincinnati in the fall on an Air Force ROTC scholarship, and she will provide the official welcome this evening. Darian.
Thank you so much for everyone for coming tonight. It really does mean a lot to all of us. Before I say anything else, I would like to introduce all the people to my left here. First of all, we have Mr. Scott Butler, Miss Randi Hurtt Michna, Butch Ferrero, Casey Wood, Todd Yohey, Donna Davis Norris, Esther Banta Larson, Chip Bonney, David Donovan, Ryan Patterson Jr., Matt Hopkins, Eric Satzing, Mark Grailer, Robert Buskirk, Krista Foley, Sherry Gibson, and Kendra Murphy. Along with that, if I could have any Lebanon High School alumni in the crowd tonight, please stand. Whether it be a parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, or sibling, please stand. In a very short time, okay. In a very short time, another graduating class from Lebanon High School will be joining you as LHS alumni. We will always have that in common. Thank you for attending, and you may be seated. And finally, to my classmates, if you are going to be serving our country in any type of military capacity, whether you are enlisting, serving in the reserves, going to college as a part of ROTC, or attending a military academy through an appointment, please stand and remain standing. Any employee of Lebanon City Schools who is currently serving or who has served, please stand and also remain standing. Anybody? No? Okay. And lastly, any guest in the crowd tonight who has served or is currently serving, please stand and remain standing. It is because of your past, present, or future service. Okay. It is because of your past, present, or future service that allows us to do the things we do. Thank you for your commitment and sacrifices to this great country. We can never thank you enough. Okay, so I cannot even begin to describe to you how much time I've spent over the past few weeks watching, reading, and listening to graduation speeches. I knew I wanted to say something important and memorable, but I didn't know what or how. I watched speeches centered around just about everything: music, Rubik's Cubes, t-shirts, the latest pop culture trends, you name it. And despite how different all these topics sound, they were all relatively talking about the same thing: the past 4 years. So I thought back to freshman year when we all thought Sweet Caroline was a sing it one time at Freshman Focus and you're done sort of thing. And how we all thought we were rock stars because we finally got to sit in the war zone. We didn't care that it meant we would only get to see bits and pieces of the game because we couldn't see over all the towering upperclassmen in front of us. We were at the bottom of the totem pole. But we were okay with that because freshman year was the year of new beginnings, a new adventure full of hope and excitement, and learning, lots and lots of learning. Then came sophomore year, the first year with AP classes. With more responsibility, we were moving up on the totem pole. We were finally starting to get the whole high school thing down. We were also starting to spread the love with one of Lebanon's favorite country songs, Take Me Home, Country Roads. So in short, sophomore year was good. Relaxed even. But then came junior year, the year of complaining, and to colleges, the most important year. We loaded our schedule with AP and honors classes and did everything to the best of our ability. However, we audibly let our teachers and anyone willing to listen know how hard our schedules truly were, constantly comparing and arguing over who had it worse, although no amount of homework could ever be worse than not beating the buses after school. I'll always remember the way our faces would turn from happiness to rage as Mr. Callahan would promptly park himself at the front of the car line, holding us all at school for another whole 15 minutes. Despite how whiny most of us were, junior year was needed. It was a year of personal growth. It taught me about hard work and how important it is to surround yourself with the right people. It's amazing how much even one person can help shape who you become. And finally, to the beginning of this year, the year of lasts. It hit me like a train every time someone would say, "This is our last," you fill in the blank. Last game, last dance, last class, last lunch together. It was hard. I truly came to appreciate all the small things this year. One of my most favorite memories from this year will always be when Derek Donner asked Mr. Simcoe how far a 3-mile loop was. 3 miles. It just goes to show how much of a saint Mr. Simcoe is because he actually answered his question without making fun of him for asking it. This year showed me how truly grateful I am that I got to spend the past 4 years with each and every one of you. I will never be able to thank you enough for everything you've done. Big shout out to everyone on student council over the past 4 years that helped our high school run smoothly, especially Jackson Beck for always being the most optimistic and encouraging person in the room. He even called me before graduation to make sure I was doing okay with having to present this in front of all of you here. This year especially showed me how amazing the teachers and staff at Lebanon High School are. Transition is one of the hardest things in life, and the staff here has helped us handle it. They were truly our very own mountain movers, the people in our lives that somehow made it possible for every single one of us to graduate. Lebanon teachers and staff truly were willing to do just about anything for all of us. They not only taught us about school subjects, but also life lessons. We were really loved here, and we don't have any idea on what to do with all the love left over. But I have an idea on where to start. Over the next few months, the class of 2019 will be spreading out all over, whether that be going to college, the military, or somewhere into a trade. We are obviously not all going to be doing the same thing with our lives, but we will all share the name LHS alumni. And because of that, we can pay forward all the love and kindness we've been shown here. Now, all of the graduation speeches I watched before writing this stopped after talking about the last 4 years of high school. But I didn't want to do that, because life doesn't stop after high school. It only gets better. After this, you are all going to move into a part of your life where you are 100% in charge of you. You get to pick who you want to be and how you're going to do that. Sometimes it's going to be hard, but nothing good in life ever comes easy. And if you ever feel like it gets to be too much, know that you always have a home and a shoulder here in Lebanon. Romans 8:18 says, "I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed within us." So when life gets hard, it will always get better, because there can't be a valley without a mountaintop. So remember this when you leave. Remember all the love, remember all the kindness, remember all the friendships, and remember everything you had here. Remember us. Take all that you learned here and put it to good use. We're Lebanon with pride, because now it's your turn to help others. So go and be mountain movers. I now have the privilege of getting to introduce one of the most inspiring people. She graduated from Lebanon and has been shining her beautiful light every year since then. She teaches, mentors clubs, works with Mary Kay, and has 2 children, yet she still finds the time to celebrate with us as our high school career comes to a close. And now our commencement speaker, Miss Randi Hurtt Michna.
It's a great day to be a warrior, isn't it? We are all here today because at least someone believed in us. None of us got here today solely on our own will. 15 years ago, I would not have walked across this stage if it had not been for 2 people, my mom and dad, and they're right up there. If you take nothing else away from what I share with you today, class of 2019, Promise me you do not take for granted the people you have in your corner. Thank them more times than you think you should. Love them with random acts of kindness, and honor them by giving them the biggest, best, and most important gift you will ever give, your time. Promise me. I'm serious. Say, Mrs. Michna, I promise. Okay. I speak to you today to encourage, inspire, and foster hope. Thank you, class of 2019, for giving me this opportunity. My wish is that something I say fosters hope within each and every one of you. In the past couple of weeks, I did a little questionnaire about my favorite topic, dreaming. I asked some of you and some of our staff a simple question. If time and money were no object, what would you love for your life to look like? Here are some responses. I plan to one day serve as a United States Senator. I want to be a God-fearing man and have stability. I want to be a doctor and help women and babies all over the world. I would maximize the chances I have here on earth to connect with those I love most. I would be debt-free and own a boat. I would own several small homes around the world and our country. I would volunteer in each community and dive into their language and culture. I would manage a soccer team and win the Champions League for their first time and go down in club history. I would travel more, I would share more, I would create more. I would love to do mission work within the United States. I would travel the world and provide healthcare relief to all backgrounds who need help. I would love to be able to travel around and help people understand their worth. I would love to bring others joy through music. I would live in Aruba, enjoying the ocean life, and would work in the local library. I would become a successful person in my life and learn from all of the wrongs. I want to be on purpose. I want a purpose, but not a responsibility. And at the end, think back on my life and go, it's been good. I'd like to have a small RV to travel across the U.S. and visit each state. I would love to surprise people who have fallen on hard times by paying off their medical bills, mortgages, or debt. I would live every day differently, experiencing all the pleasures in the world, from skydiving to the 7 wonders of the world. Probably try to be a movie star or even a rapper. What do these dreams have in common? They are from real people, built on real experiences, and it is near impossible to decipher the dreams of the seniors from the dreams of the staff. But the point really is, no matter our age or experience, we never stop wondering, hoping, and dreaming. And too often, we don't talk about it. Everyone has a dream. Everyone has a purpose, and it takes a journey to see it through. Personally, I don't just dream. You guys know this. I am a dreamer, and I am not ashamed of it. I actually am unapologetically proud of being a dreamer. When you are a dreamer, you see the world differently. You see hope more often than desperation. You see opportunities more often than challenges. You appreciate failure as a chance at growth. You see joy. You see good intentions. You see strength. Like my favorite author, F. Scott Fitzgerald, would say, you knew I had to bring him into this. I tend to breathe dreams like air. And this is not to say that I have no bad days. This school year has included a lot of what we will call character building days. And yet this school year is one I will always remember. I have had the best year to date in my business. My family bought our forever home, and I do not doubt that this year I helped kids. The obstacles help you realize how much you want the dream. I say in class all the time, none of us raise our hands and say, ooh, pick me. I want to struggle, I want to experience hard times, but struggles give us a story to inspire others. And our stories provide others with hope. People love to hear stories about overcomers. From the time I was little, I always had big thoughts. I often think it never occurred to me that I would fail or that something may not work out well. I was that focused and that headstrong. True story. There was this one time I begged my parents to let me write a letter to a local radio station about my goat who nearly froze to death. You heard that right. I thought the radio station might give me tickets to see George Strait in concert, and I wanted to do this because my parents said that George Strait tickets were hard to get. I decided I would take matters into my own hands, and not only did the radio station take me to the concert, they took me backstage to see George Strait. On another occasion, I decided I was going to sing karaoke at the Warren County Fair to prove to my dad that I was brave enough. To be clear, I cannot sing, even though I have always wished that I could, and that night I won a trophy for audience participation. A more recent dream come true was the day my 2 potbelly pigs arrived at our new farm. I thought that one up when I was around 10 years old, and at the age of 33 it finally came true. I hear you judging me, but the truth is, dreaming is about what makes you happy, and pigs make me happy. I have traveled to places all over the country by myself. I have created my own successful business and have had opportunities to speak publicly about my story of overcoming the odds as a way to influence others. These dreams began with a seed of hope, with a small belief that I could if I tried. I attribute it to being a dreamer, to transparently, loudly, and boldly stating my dreams, making a plan, and never giving up on the dream happening. So really though, what does dreaming have to do with being an adult and being successful? Your dream can be your career. My big girl dream was to teach high school English and to inspire young people what they could overcome. They could overcome their situation and choose to be who they want to become. When I was 19, I remember walking through the halls of the now Lebanon High School as it was being built and claiming my dream. Now, room 2210 is my home away from home. I could have never dreamed how incredible it would be to be Mrs. Michna. There was no way for me to truly know what it meant to help kids until I started to do so. A few weeks ago, I had a student tell me she wanted to be like me when she grew up. I recently had a student thank me for not giving up on him. A few days ago, I had a student place a note in my I wish my teacher knew jar that said, "Thank you for calling us your kids." It wasn't that long ago a student gave me Edgar Allan Poe socks because she knew I would squeal excitedly when I saw them. This spring, a student couldn't wait to tell me his good news, that he received a 34 on his ACT. These were all moments that made me so grateful that I never gave up on my dream. These were wins, ways that I had fostered hope, made a connection, or at least knew I had made a difference. Teaching has been a dream worth fighting for, and it is one of the most important jobs that exists because we educate you, our future. It is a joy to be Mrs. Michna in my classroom and in my hometown, and it has been a joy to teach you, class of 2019. So, class of 2019, about your dreams. It is important to know that not everyone will understand your dreams. You will have people that will tell you you will never make it. You will have those who hope you will fail. Those are not your people. Do not allow those people to determine your success. Remember, you are your only limit. You were made to be this brave little human who can do hard things, impossible things, unbelievable things. Your job is to find your dream and use it to take care of your corner of the world. So dream big, dream often, and when adversity hits, refocus and tweak the vision. Life has its way of challenging everything you stand for and everything you hope to be. However, fairy tales do exist. You just have to write your own. Thank you.
At this point in the ceremony, we would like to recognize a few special accomplishments by some of our seniors. Would the following students please stand? Sophia Carpenter, Zachary Gemmer, Emma Miller, Noah Paulman, Cole Pinkerman, Amanda Rurick, and Noah Schneider. Since entering Lebanon High School on August 13th, 2015, afraid, nervous, and excited to participate in something called Freshman Focus, each and every one of you have had perfect attendance. Congratulations on this accomplishment, and know that this dedication and perseverance will serve you well in life after high school. Okay. Next, could we have Emma Miller and Megan Palmer please stand? The National Merit Scholarship Program awards the highest national achieving students in the United States of America. This prestigious scholarship begins a student's junior year with taking the PSAT. Nationally, approximately 1.6 million juniors take this test, and the top 3%, 16,000, are selected as National Merit semifinalists. Of those, 15,000 continue on as National Merit finalists, and approximately half of those will be awarded a National Merit Scholarship. Standing before us tonight are Emma Miller and Megan Palmer, both National Merit Scholars, the top 0.5%. Emma and Megan, congratulations. Would Drew Johnson, son of Chris and Allison Johnson, please come up to deliver the first Co-Valedictorian address?
All right, thank you, Darian. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate all of my fellow 2019 Lebanon High School graduates. It's been an absolute honor to spend the past 4 years in Lebanon High School with all of you. As I thought about how best to sum up the last 4 years at Lebanon High School, I want to thank Mr. Simcoe for making me read A Tale of Two Cities because it provides the perfect description. It was the best of times, and it was the worst at times. We began as innocent little freshmen. Back then, most of us didn't even know what a jewel was. But by our senior year, all of us were so familiar with the term that our high school bathroom doors no longer allowed to be closed. We all began with acne, and, well, sadly, most of us are going to be ending with acne as well. We all learned what VPN was, so we could all still check Instagram and Snapchat at school. We went from racing to the parking lot to beat the buses every day, to getting to leave after 7th bell with absolutely no traffic. We began with new excitement as freshmen, till by the end, we all had stage 4 senioritis, and homework was the absolute last thing on our mind. But we also made tons of incredible memories together. We went crazy at football games, no matter if it was cold or raining, having fun at school dances, even when the lights got turned on. Side note, anyone who can dance to Baby Shark, you're incredibly talented. And all of us struggled to remember our lines to Macbeth. I'm 100% sure we made Shakespeare roll over in his grave. Although our Macbeth performances were not nearly as bad as our English clap epic rap battles. But our class is also resilient and determined. We managed to make it through an entire week of bomb threats freshman year, and one Nerf war team even drove all the way to Columbus to eliminate someone. Sadly, the person they eliminated was my teammate, but I'm not mad or anything. Our class has also tried to answer life's great questions, like should we do a walkout for gun violence? Can a Venmo really be hacked? And how much is a senior prank really worth? And also, is Jim Crow a real person? The answer is no, we'll just leave it there. All these memories we get to carry with us for the rest of our lives. Seriously though, things are going to change after today. We all leave here starting a new chapter of our lives, whether it be college, the military, or going into the workforce. The future is exciting, but it's also unknown, and everything is changing, which can feel pretty frightening at times. The Bible says it best in Joshua 1:9, "Be strong and courageous, do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." We are all moving in different directions to new and exciting futures. Be strong and courageous. Go for your dreams. Don't let anything stop you, but also don't forget where you came from. In 10 years, I doubt most of us will be able to calculate derivatives or know the parts of the Constitution or balance a chemical equation, but we'll always have and remember these memories that we've made together for the past 4 years. In the words of Dr. Seuss, don't cry because it's over, but smile because it happened. In closing, I would like to thank all of the teachers and administrators that made Lebanon such a great place. But most importantly, I want to thank all of you, my classmates, for making our time at Lebanon amazing. From the bottom of my heart, I hope all of you find the greatest success and happiness. Thank you.
Drew, it is with great honor that I would like to give you this plaque commending your academic accomplishments as a co-valedictorian for the class of 2019 for Lebanon High School. Congratulations.
Next, can we please have Kaleb Marshall, son of Robert and Lori Marshall, to deliver the second co-valedictorian address.
Shakespeare once said, "All the world's a stage." Well, that has some truth to it. I don't think his analogy is entirely accurate. I don't mean to say that I know better than Shakespeare, but I don't see him up here giving a valedictorian speech. The stage is all well and good, but in my experience, the world is more like a game. So, like a game, life is played with many pieces. However, in this game, you need more than a leather ball or a few plastic figures that you can find in an old cardboard box. For more than a decade, our teachers have helped us gather the skills that form the basis for this game. They taught us how to arrange our thoughts and opinions the same way you would arrange a hand of cards. We studied historical events that shifted the course of history as drastically as a player landing on boardwalk shifts a game of Monopoly. Instead of bishops and rooks, we have chessboards made of mathematics. We can calculate the forces acting on dice just as well as we can roll them. These fundamental academics are the sturdy physical elements in the game of life. Having them and knowing how to use them prepares us to be effective players. Now that we have all the pieces to choose from, each of us have to decide how we are going to play the game. There are a lot of different ways to play with the same set of pieces, but you need to agree on the rules before you start playing. Our rule books for the game of life are filled with wisdom from our parents, coaches, teachers, and any other role models in our lives. They encourage us to find out what type of game we are interested in. They help us create a moral framework of what is the right way and what is the wrong way to play a game. They let us develop our own set of house rules that can make the game run smoother, or add a hint of excitement. Without them, our games would not have the defined goals and structures they need to be successful. Now that we have formed our rule book, we can start to come up with a game plan. There are many strategies you can take at the start of a game. Some of us will go straight into the workforce. There, they will start accumulating resources early that can be used in the rest of the game. Many of us will take on a late game strategy, investing in a college education to earn a degree and pursue a specific career path. Others will join the military and defend our freedom to keep playing this game according to our own individual play styles. No matter which path you choose, it is our basic understanding of how to play the game that will let us do well in life. Like in a game, we all want to triumph over the challenges that we will soon face. As my friends can tell you, I like to win. A lot. In life, though, a single victory is just a speck of time in our lifelong game. It is doubtless that we will all have our share of successes. Sometimes you'll happen to roll a Yahtzee. Sometimes you get to say Uno with only a wild left in your hand. Sometimes your hours of clever deduction will reveal Colonel Mustard for the criminal mastermind he secretly is. But just as sure as we'll have victories, we'll also suffer our share of defeats. Some days, life sinks your battleship. Some days, you're yelling Jenga while still trying to figure out exactly why the whole world is falling apart. Some days, you make the terrible decision to break your alliance and invade Asia. Pro tip, always go for Australia. Bottom line, you won't be the playmaker every day. Sometimes you make a mistake, or your luck just runs out. Thankfully, the game of life has a co-op mode. We can rely on our teammates to help us when we're struggling. Throughout our high school years, we've been collecting our teammates. We can count on these people to take that last trick in a round of euchre, just the same as we can count on our lab partners to finish up that last part of the paper. It's our families, our friends, and our community that all form our support network. We will need them to make it through the hard times without losing determination. It's easy to get caught up in the cycles of wins and losses, enough so that we neglect to realize the value of these relationships. Quality pieces and a well-established rulebook are important contributions to the game, and the joy of winning is undeniable. Despite that, it's the bonds you form with people across the table that make the most memorable parts of the game. With the right people around you, a critical fail is just a setback today and a great story tomorrow. It's been a little nerve-wracking finding ourselves at the beginning of a game we've been setting up for so long. But as Shakespeare would say, the show must go on. Armed with our pieces, our rule books, and our teammates, we are ready to face anything the game of life has in store for us. Live long and prosper, class of 2019.
Kaleb, we have a plaque for you to commend you on your academic accomplishments as being named as the Lebanon High School 2019 Co-Valedictorian. Congratulations on your hard work and this recognition. At this time, we would like to introduce our Lebanon High School senior band members who will be performing In My Perfect Place.
Next, could we please have all of the LHS senior choir members who will be singing Remember Me.
Say goodbye, remember me. Don't let it make you cry, for even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart. Remember me. Remember me.
And finally, I would like to introduce Mr. Todd Yohey, Superintendent of Lebanon City Schools, to share his superintendent's address. Mr. Yohey.
Thank you very much, Darian. Good evening. It is wonderful to look around the Nutter Center tonight and see so many parents, family members, and friends sharing in tonight's celebration. If you have a child graduating this evening, I express my sincere congratulations, and I know for many it's a joyous but bittersweet milestone. The seniors seated before us came together as kindergarten students in 2006 to begin a journey that unites us here this evening. They are individuals in their own right, but together they form a class with its own personality and its own character. A class that now leaves its own unique mark on Lebanon High School. Your hard work and dedication has earned you a record of excellence and achievement. You have continued a tradition of setting the bar high for underclassmen. The mission of the Lebanon City School District is to build community. You have represented yourselves, your families, and your community in a positive manner. I am so very proud of the class of 2019. You have heard it said before that graduating high school is not so much an end, but a beginning. And I believe you will hear that confirmed as I continue my speech tonight with a poem written by Linda Ellis. The title of the poem is The Dash, and it is about how we choose to live our lives. I think we have all visited a cemetery, and we've seen the headstones marked with the dates indicating the year of birth and the year of death. For example, when my time comes, the headstone will read 1963 to whatever the year is when I pass on. 2000 and something. Well, between those dates on a headstone is almost always a dash separating those two sets of numbers, 1963-2000 and something. With that picture in mind, here is Linda Ellis's The Dash. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on her tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of her birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time that she spent alive on earth. And now only those who loved her know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live in love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real and always try to understand the way other people feel and be less quick to anger and show appreciation more and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say and how you spent your dash? Members of the class of 2019, I now challenge each of you to use your dash to go out and change our world for the better. Congratulations on your completion of high school, and may all of your future endeavors be blessed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yohey. At this time, I would like to have Ms. Donna Davis Norris, the president of the Lebanon City Schools Board of Education, please come up to the podium. Ms. Davis Norris, I certify to you that the graduates receiving a diploma this evening have met or exceeded all requirements as established by the Lebanon Board of Education and the Ohio State Department of Education. Thank you for your continued support for all of the students of Lebanon City Schools and each one of these graduates this evening. Seniors, this is the time you've been waiting for. Mrs. Birkin and Mrs. Lakes will begin by reading the list of class officers and speakers. After that, your team teachers will read the list of graduates from each team. On behalf of the Lebanon Board of Education, staff and administration, and most importantly, the graduating class, we do ask that each of you hold your applause until the last name has been read. This helps allow all names to be heard. We thank you in advance for your cooperation. And now, Mrs. Birkin and Mrs. Lakes.
Jackson Darren Beck, cum laude. Darian Jane Wolfinbarger, summa cum laude. Victoria Lee Brosnahan, summa cum laude. Josephine Noel Cropper, magna cum laude. Kaleb Dane Newman, summa cum laude. Michael Joseph Serbinsky, summa cum laude. Nicholas Fitzgerald Straw, magna cum laude. Cameron Philip Ween, summa cum laude. Ashley Marie West, magna cum laude. Maya Sydney Wolf, summa cum laude.
Callista Ann Abenante. Cade Alexander Albright, cum laude. Trinity Jane Alexander, cum laude. Derek Aaron Lee Allen. Hannah Renee Alessi. Tyler Ryan Ambergy. Connor Reed Applegate. Amber Carolyn Armstrong. Philip Donald Arns. Savannah Jean Ashcraft, cum laude. Dalton Jared Ayers. Sarah Babson. Taryn Nicole Jean Bailey. Matthew Christian Baldwin, summa cum laude. Michael Carson Bales, cum laude. Emma Nicole Ball, cum laude. Julia Rain Banta. Montana Brooke Barnett, cum laude. Rachel Joy Beckman, summa cum laude. William Thomas Beckman.
Alexis Sierra Bell, cum laude. Matthew Stephen Belangi. Sean Richard Bindle. Noah Nicholas Bevan. Cora Elizabeth Bisman, summa cum laude. Landon Renee Black. Kyle Paul Blake. Robert Thomas Blatchford, summa cum laude. Grant Thomas Boggs. Jaden Thomas Bonney, summa cum laude. Madison Ruth Bohr. Justin Dylan Bourne, summa cum laude. Noah Thomas Bowman. Abigail Anna Bridges, magna cum laude. Allison Elizabeth Bridges. Logan Scott Brothers. Ayana Janae Brown. Jonathan Alexander Brown. Kayla Rita Brown, summa cum laude.
Griffin James Bryan. Christian Nolan Buer, magna cum laude. Rachel Nicole Bunting. Madison Marie Bunyard. Shelby Lynn Burge. Carissa Sue Katie, cum laude. Jeremy Tyler Cantrell. Kaylee June Carmen, magna cum laude. Sophia Elise Carpenter, cum laude. Wyatt Scott Carper. Maria Alejandra Castano, summa cum laude. Sarah Lynn Cheney, magna cum laude. Joni Lene Charlton. Megan Elizabeth Cheers, magna cum laude. Mallory Flynn Ciesla, summa cum laude. Abigail Rose Cieslak, summa cum laude. Abigail Sue Clark. Anna Kathleen Cleaver, magna cum laude. Luke Christopher Clendenin. Emma Kate Clower. Nathaniel Thomas Coffey, cum laude.
Jane Ellen Cole, cum laude. Lilia Ruth Colon. Joshua Allen Combs. Andrew Reed Cooper. Austin Howard Cope, summa cum laude. Madison Lynn Corbett, summa cum laude. Carter Wade Cox. William Daniel Crago, magna cum laude. Elijah Nicholas Craig. Isaac Shane Craig. Skylar Francis Kramer. Adam Stephen Creech. Nizea Ryan Crookson. Courtney Carolyn Danber. Samuel David Dappin, cum laude. Anna Mackenzie Davenport, cum laude. Olivia Morgan Davenport. Connor Michael Davis. Isabel Renee Davis. Wendy Gabriela De La Rosa, magna cum laude.
Robert Joseph Deerdorf. Claire Teresa Deere, magna cum laude. Eleanor Ying Dedrick, magna cum laude. Nicholas Dean Deerhake, cum laude. Ava Elizabeth DeFawcett. Ethan Robert DeMitt Justice. Tyler Wade Dickerson. Cooper Glenn Dilhoff. Adam Thomas Dillon, magna cum laude. Blake Andrew Dixon. Derek Andrew Donner. Evan Lawrence Doofman, cum laude. Alyssa Gail Durant. Jillian Michelle Egbert, summa cum laude. Brianna Joyce Ellis, magna cum laude. Noah Charles Farr, summa cum laude. Miranda Ray Ferguson, cum laude. Carlin Grace Finnerty, magna cum laude. Helena Yvonne Flake, magna cum laude. Alexander Raymond Flitner, summa cum laude.
Ashley Marie Emily Foster. Tynia Lachey Foster. Dakota William Fox. Anthony Michael Frame. Catherine Elizabeth Frank, summa cum laude. Noah Christian Frankenberg. Marissa Grace Franz, cum laude. Sean Daniel Frazier Jr. Chloe Malata French, summa cum laude. Matthew Eugene Fry. Carmen Elise Fugate. Kelsey Ann Funderburg, cum laude. Riley Scott Fusen. Megan Nicole Gonzala. Madison Ashley Gallio. Grant Ronald Gardner, magna cum laude. Daniel Allen Gerlach, summa cum laude. Anna Elizabeth Gaughan, summa cum laude. Zachary Troyan Gimmer, summa cum laude.
Sophia Adele Gephardt. Taylor Alyssa Gibbons. Carlton Ross Gibson, cum laude. Emily Jane Gibson. Lucas Dean Gibson. Madison Nicole Gibson, magna cum laude. Caitlin Claire Gluntz, summa cum laude. Augustine Godinez Rea, summa cum laude. Jacob Andrew Gormley, cum laude. Lydia Helen Gray. Grace Walker Gressley, cum laude. Abigail Sue Heinrihar. Alexis Faith Hale, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Hamrick, summa cum laude. Julia Talbot Hardy, summa cum laude. Paige Mackenzie Harper, magna cum laude. Abigail Ruth Harris, summa cum laude. Kennedy Ann Harris. Austin James Harrison.
Taylor Jewel Hebert. Matthew Joel Heckert, cum laude. Lucan McCain Heffernan. Lizeth Andrea Hernandez. Olivia Ann Hickman, summa cum laude. Samantha K. Hoke, cum laude. Hayden Nathaniel Holly. Nathaniel William Honeyus, magna cum laude. Riley Ann Hoover, summa cum laude. Bradley Michael Hoover, magna cum laude. Alexander Matthew Howard. Ava Elizabeth Howe, summa cum laude. Faith Alyssa Howe. Kayla Ann Huber, cum laude. Madison Nicole Huber. Jessica Vera Huff, magna cum laude. Marilyn Grace Huff. Zachary Ryan Huffman, cum laude. Helena Alexis Hughes. Madeline Elizabeth Hughes.
Grant Thomas Ingham. Nolan Alexander Irons. Wesley Scott Jefferson. Emma Annalise Jensen, summa cum laude. Leah Danielle Job, summa cum laude. Rachel Marie Job, summa cum laude. Cecilia Teresa Johns. Andrew Christopher Johnson, summa cum laude. Ryan Paul Johnson. Anthony Michael Jones. Brennan Christopher Jones. Kendall Elise Jones. Lexi Lee Jones. Philip Michael Cahurl. Jennifer Marie Kasich, cum laude. Brianna Elaine Kaufman, magna cum laude. Gabrielle Renee Kaufman, magna cum laude. Westerfer Isaac Kiefer. Lila Marie Kyle, cum laude. Jacob Thomas Keller, summa cum laude. William Michael Kent, magna cum laude. Jonathan Donald Kilgallen. Sean Evan Kimberlin.
Sierra Marie Kirby, magna cum laude. Lucy Alice Kirkwood, magna cum laude. Emiliana Danielson Kasanga, summa cum laude. Kayla Marie Cook, cum laude. Haley Elizabeth Kaczynski. Noah Alexander Kralik. Grace Marie Cube, summa cum laude. Jamie Alexis Kabilis. Edward Albert Koosman III. Jaron Michael Land. Tyler Matthew Land. Lucas Kidd Lane. Michael Sean Lane II. Brandy Nicole Larez. Ethan Robert Lawhorn. Alexander Clayton Lay, magna cum laude. Cassie Mae Lehman. Madison Paige Lamons, summa cum laude. Tabitha Ann Lester, cum laude. Christian Kenneth Lewis. Lucas Conrad McVicker Lindbergh, magna cum laude. Olivia Jean Linderman. Luke Timothy Linker.
Abigail Nicole Logston, cum laude. John Joseph Mack, magna cum laude. Audrey Grace Magnus, summa cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Malat, cum laude. Morgan Marie Marnoka, magna cum laude. Anna Elizabeth Marr. Caleb Michael Marshall, summa cum laude. Audrey Marie Masenheimer. Tristan Logan Maurer. Alyssa Marie McLeod, magna cum laude. Grace Haley McGee. Cole Robert McGinnis. Zachary Michael McGinty, cum laude. Erin Jane McIntosh. Madison Bryn McMahon, cum laude. Sierra Ann Meadows. Summer Laurel Meadows.
Tristan Sophia Meese, cum laude. Nicholas Edward Meehan. Margaret Grace Mellon. Kenneth James Mestel. Emma Rose Miller, summa cum laude. Callie Rebecca Milton, summa cum laude. Rachel Marie Miner. Jonathan Edward Mitchell. Meredith Rosalind Moore. Lauren Ray Moore. Titus Daniel Moore. Camila Mori Cairo. Haley Nicole Mauro. Layla Michelle Mint. Benjamin Jacob Napier, summa cum laude. Joshua Michael Nayrog, magna cum laude. Jacob Ronald Nemeth. Logan Andrew Nielsen, cum laude. Sydney Ann Niesel, cum laude. Stuart Thomas Nowry, summa cum laude.
Noah Daniel O'Brien, cum laude. Cody Michael O'Connor. Anna Catherine Oliver. Yancy Diana Orantes. Kyle Andrew Orona. Emma Lee Rose Osborne, summa cum laude. Madeline Katrina Owens, summa cum laude. Jackson Michael Palsick, summa cum laude. Megan Kathleen Palmer, summa cum laude. Kayla Audrey Parks. Evan Carter Paul. Noah William Pullman, cum laude. Emma Irene Petticone. Margaret Louise Pena, summa cum laude. Cameron Alexis Pence. Aliana Haven Pendergrass. Noah Ian Pennington, summa cum laude. Joseph Miguel Perez. Brian Michael Perry.
Colton John Perry. Jacob Michael Perry. Maximilian Andrew Pierce, magna cum laude. Cole Allen Pinkerman, summa cum laude. Alexis Marie Pitney, magna cum laude. Megan Paige Pittman.
Kylie Paige Pott. Amber Lucille Nicole Prater Kleis. Ashley Hope Piles, cum laude. Sarah Christine Quintero, cum laude. Allison Dawn Rammel. Samuel David Ream, summa cum laude. Amanda Elizabeth Rierick, summa cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Reeves. Deborah Grace Regalado. Kayla Marie Reeser, cum laude. Alba Janries Reyes Roland. Cole Matthew Reynolds.
Hannah Ray Rodenbaugh. Megan Elizabeth Richard. Skyra Elizabeth Lucille Richardson. Trevor Austin Richmond, cum laude. Claire Marie Ridgely, cum laude. Ashley Jessica Riffle, cum laude. Riley Lene Riggs. Nathaniel Charles Rigsby. Lucas Jeremiah Robbins. Ashton Reed Roberts. Elizabeth Ann Roberts. Samantha Claire Robertson. Brenna Ray Robinson. Ashley Renee Robinson, summa cum laude. Philip Ann Rabarzik, magna cum laude. Lauren Gay Salih. Maya Lynn Sanchez, summa cum laude. Noah Charles Schneider, summa cum laude. Wilford Robert Shepline.
Justin Michael Schultz, cum laude. Bailey Lauren Schweitzer. Anna Grace Suberling, summa cum laude. Alexander Michael Scherer. Jenna Lee Shelton. Madison Grace Schilt, cum laude. Daniel Harley Shook. Kyle Andrew Short, magna cum laude. Raven Sierra Short. Felicity Janice Shoup, summa cum laude. Natalie Rachel Shuttleworth, magna cum laude. Caitlin Denise Smith, summa cum laude. Logan David Schneider, magna cum laude. Claire Elizabeth Summer, cum laude. Christina Marie Suriano, summa cum laude. Brianna Christine Sorum, summa cum laude. Brittany Elizabeth Spangler. Ellie Kathleen Spar, summa cum laude. Gwyneth Catherine Statz, summa cum laude. Aiden Chase Staley. Aubrey Carmen Stegemiller, summa cum laude.
Maddie Mackenzie Steinbrunner. John Ralph Steketee III, magna cum laude. Peyton Lane Stevens. Cassidy Paige Stewart. Caden Sage Stenson. Jenna Mae Stokes. Katie Elizabeth Story. Samuel Lee Stotts, summa cum laude. Julia Alida Swartz. Cade Alexander Swigert. Rachel Elise Tapania. Jack Austin Thome, cum laude. Alexander Case Thompson, magna cum laude. Kirsten Rochelle Toller. Jason Mark Tomasic II. Andrew Nicholas Trout. Madison Lee Velez, magna cum laude. Andrew Thomas Verba, magna cum laude.
Riley Margaret Vunak, magna cum laude. David William Wall III, magna cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Walker. Nathaniel Charles Wallace. Micah James Watson, magna cum laude. Joanna Faye Weaver. Zachary Ryan Weisenberg. Sky Alexandria Wheeler. Elizabeth Annalise White. Austin James Witt. Dalton Michael Wick. Keith Leon Williams, cum laude. Taylor Lee Williams. James Robert Wilson III, cum laude. Zachary Ryan Wilson. Maya Hope Wodarzik. Mackenzie Grace Wright, cum laude. Good girl. Love you. Joshua Michael Zeiderhook.
I would now like to invite Darian back to the podium to lead you in the turning of the tassel.
Okay, so we're going to take our tassels from the right and move them over to the left. This symbolizes one's transition from candidate to graduate. Congratulations, class of 2019.
While Mr. Ferrero and Mr. Wood exit the stage to lead the seniors backstage, to the class of 2019, on behalf of the staff, administration, the Board of Education of Lebanon City Schools, congratulations and best wishes. As Mr. Iannelli directs the band during the recessional, seniors, please begin exiting when your row is dismissed. To our guests, please remain seated until all seniors have exited. Graduates will pick up their diplomas from their team teacher. After a few minutes, the graduates will return to the arena where parents and guests can meet up with them to take pictures before they return their gowns. Members of the Board of Education, Mr. Yohey, fellow administration, faculty, staff, parents, and friends, the class of 2019, I, as the principal of Lebanon High School, declare the 149th commencement exercises of Lebanon High School officially over. Mr. Iannelli.